Imagine you are handed the ultimate super intern. This intern never sleeps, never takes a vacation, doesn't even know what a weekend is, and their salary, exactly 30 bucks a month.
And crucially, I mean, they actually learn from their mistakes. Like every single day, they get a little sharper.
Right. It sounds completely absurd, but that is exactly what we're doing a deep dive into today. We are looking at some incredibly fascinating material, specifically a trailer and some case studies from the Scale Up Stories show.
Yeah, and our mission here is to really unpack this massive shift happening right now. It's about taking AI out of the cool software experiment box and actually putting it directly on the org chart as a strategic team member.
Exactly, which means whether you run a giant corporation or you're just looking out for your own career trajectory, you have to completely rethink who your future coworkers are and what unique skills you actually bring to the table.
Absolutely.
So let's look at the sheer economics of this $30 intern because the numbers in this source are just staggering. They highlight this entrepreneur, Daisy, who cut her operational costs by 60%.
While boosting productivity tenfold. I mean, it's literally 10 to 100 times cheaper than human labor.
10 times. But what struck me isn't just the math, it's how she did it.
Right. She didn't just give her employees ChatGPT accounts and say, write emails faster.
No.
She treated the AI like a new department head.
That-
Instead of just buying software, she built an entire AI system to handle the front end of her customer onboarding.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it didn't just answer FAQs. It actively processed intake forms, flagged missing data, customized welcome packets, 24/7.
So instead of paying a human a full-time salary to like copy and paste data, she is paying 30 bucks for computing power, and the work just happens instantly.
Exactly.
But hang on, I mean, we've had automation forever, the classic if this then that software. How is treating AI as an employee any different from just setting up an aggressive email filter?
Well, because old automation was incredibly rigid. You programmed a rule, and it followed it blindly.
Like a train on a track. It only goes exactly where you laid the rails, and if a tree falls on the tracks, the train just crashes.
That is the perfect way to look at it, yeah. This new era of AI, though, is more like an off-road rover with a GPS.
Okay, how so?
You give it a destination. Say, resolve this customer's shipping delay. And if it hits an obstacle, it actually figures out a way around it. It drafts a personalized apology, checks alternative inventory, issues a refund.
Just by interpreting context.
Right. Not just following a rigid script.
Okay, I have to push back here a little, because too good to be true math usually is. If this rover only costs 30 bucks a month and does all this thinking, isn't there a massive hidden cost? I mean, you can't just parachute an AI into the middle of a company without entirely breaking your culture or terrifying your employees.
You hit the nail on the head. And the source really doesn't shy away from that reality.
Right.
The hidden cost is the massive friction of implementation.
Right. You don't just plug it in and walk away.
Yeah. No, you have to spend months auditing your own internal knowledge, building guardrails so the AI doesn't, make up fake policies. And most importantly, managing the anxiety of your human team.
Because they think they're immediately getting replaced.
Exactly. But the companies succeeding here aren't firing their staff to buy cheap bots. They are upskilling their people to become AI managers.
That's interesting.
But that requires a framework. The real strategic skill now is knowing exactly when to deploy an AI versus when you absolutely need a human.
So how do you actually make that call? What's the dividing line?
The source outlines a great rule of thumb. You look at the stakes and the empathy required.
Yep.
If a task is high volume, data heavy, and low stakes like sorting initial sales leads or summarizing weekly reports, you hire the AI.
Makes sense.
But if the task requires deep empathy, complex negotiation, high stakes judgment like closing a massive deal or calming down a furious key client, you deploy a human.
So the human's job shifts from doing the busy work to reviewing the AI's prep work and delivering that final human touch. Which raises an incredible dilemma. If this software is so cheap and everyone with an internet connection has access to the exact same $30 AI, doesn't the competitive advantage just evaporate?
It does. And that is honestly the most urgent warning from the source material.
Really?
Yeah. What feels like a superpower today, having a 24/7 AI workforce, is going to be the absolute baseline requirement tomorrow.
Wow. So the playing field is already leveling out. You aren't getting a permanent lead by using AI. You are just preventing yourself from becoming instantly obsolete if your competitors integrate it first.
Precisely. It is an arms race of integration, not just access.
Which leaves us with a fascinating, almost daunting practical question to chew on as we wrap up.
Yeah.
If you successfully build this team of AI employees and they are churning out work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, never stopping for holidays, how on earth do human managers keep up?
It's a profound challenge. You are suddenly in charge of a workforce that literally does not sleep.
Right. You finally find that perfect $30 super intern, and the irony is, you might just have to become the manager who never sleeps to keep up with them.
Yeah.
Definitely something for you to think about next time you try to log off for the weekend.